Hello everybody, Debbie here. In this video I'm going to be making a tutorial on how to make this crochet jackets that you can see on the screen right here. And I have varieties of the stuff I used to make it. And firstly, this is the yarn I use. It's a crochet thread and it's from Red Art. The back of it right here, it says to use a 1.5mm hook, but I'm going to be making use of a 3.5mm hook, which I hope you can see like this. So I'm going to be making use of a 3.5mm hook, and I'm going to show you why in a second. And other stuff I'm using is a scissors, a tape rule because you have to measure, and I'm going to be adding buttons. I'm not yet sure as of this video which buttons I want to use, but in the results you're gonna see it. And I'm going to be adding beads to it, and I got this beading machine which makes it way easier for me to add this nice looking beads to it. And I'm also going to be adding these beads to it. It's really optional if you want to add the beads or not, and it's fine if you do not want to add the beads. So going back to the reason why I'm using a 3.5mm hook is because I'm going to triple this yarn. So let me show you what I mean by tripling the yarn. So to start any row, any whatever, first thing I do is I firstly make my yarn, double it like this, and then right here that I double it, I'm going to triple it. So you see I have 1 2 3. So this is how I'm going to be crocheting it. So I basically just tie this back right here. So after I tie it, you might be wondering, oh, how will I continue to triple this and triple the rest of the yarn if it ends here? Basically what I'm going to do is, once I keep crocheting and I get to this place, I basically just insert my end in here, pull this, and here we go, another triple, and then keep doing the same thing until I'm done with the project. So that's how I triple it all the way, right? So let me start first with setting up a draft of what we want to make exactly before we start making it. So this is the back view, this is the front view. You see the back is just one big rectangle, and then the front is broken into 2 different rectangles, right? And to do this, firstly we need to measure how long do we want the shirt to be, and then how long also do we want it to be on our body. So basically measurements, which is why we have our tape roll. So firstly for here, I'm going to measure, if I have maybe this one shirt that I have that I'm like, I really like this shirt and I want to make it same measurement as that one, you can definitely do that. And if you just want to measure straight on your body, you can definitely do that. So straight on your body, you can measure, here is going to be from up of your body to where you want the shirt to be, around maybe before your waist, because it's kind of like a crop shirt. So the top of your body to where you want the shirt to be before your waist. So measuring mine from here to here, which is my shoulder to before my waist, I want it to be 17 inches. After I measured it, it was 17 inches. And that means these other ones will also be 17 inches. All right. So that's how long it's going to be on my body. So now, how wide is it going to be? I measured the wideness, which is going to be from one side of my body to the other side of my body, and depending on how slim you want it to be or how big you want it to be, just like maneuver it a little bit. So I wanted it to be around 16.5 inches. So if the whole back is 16.5 inches, right, and these two are going to be basically on top, which is the front, so both of them together has to be 16.5 inches. But don't forget, this side is smaller than this side, right? So you can basically just divide it in a way where it's like, I made this 6.5 inches and this one is 10 inches, right? So this side is bigger, this side is smaller, and that's it. So let's just go straight to crocheting. All right, so to start, let's get into crocheting the back first. So we're gonna start crocheting with the back part first. So you basically just triple it the way I said you should triple it and tie this side. So firstly, to start, I'm going to try and make 16.5 inches. So let's start with chaining 70 first. Okay. So when you get here, you'll do this and pull. See how it's tripled again until you are done basically with the whole project. It can take a long time, but it gets done eventually. So once I've made 16.5, I'm going to come back. Alright, so I made 70 chains and it's around 16.5. There we go. Now I'm going to chain 2 and skip those 2 chains and do double crochet in the third one. So this project, we are going to be doing double crochets all through for the whole project. Double crochet everywhere. So I'm going to do double crochet all the way down here around until I get 17 inches. So it's a lot of double crochets. And when you get here like this, now you do the same thing. Alright guys, so this is how it's gonna be after you're done and you've already cut it. So this is going to be the back, and I'm going to measure it also. Alright, so measuring it should give me 17, around 16-ish, 17. And from year to year, I measured the last time was around 16.5. So it's time to do both front sides. Back to our book. For the front side, we want this downside to be 16.5 and this is 10 inches, and we want 17 inches. All right, so we can start with this small one first. All right, so that's the first half. What we're just gonna do is we're basically gonna repeat the same thing we did for the back side, but we're going to make 6.5 inches instead. So let me chain 34. So measuring it is already around 7, so I'm going to skip, make it 33 instead, and then skip 2 and then do double crochet into the 31st one. So I'm basically going to repeat everything I did for the back panel and keep doing double crochet, all through. So keep increasing the length all the way up. I'll meet you guys there. Once you're done, you just cut, and this is how the half of the front side is going to be. And basically for the other one, you do exactly the same thing we've been doing, and just make sure you measure to this place is 10 inches, because this place for this one is 6.5. so you measure 10 inches and then you do it upwards until you get to 17 inches long. All right, so let me do that now. All right guys, so this is how the second side of the front should look like. So they're both 17 inches long. This is 6.5, this is 10 inches wide. All right, and then all right guys, I'm done with the front side. So I decided to do the front side, and don't forget the front side, it's going to be 10.5 because of the style we are trying to do, because it's gonna lay a little bit on top of this other side. All right, and that's gonna be it guys. Until now, we will join the front with the back, and then we're going to make the arms. To join the front and the back together, I'm basically just going to find the side of the clothes that I like more. Literally all of them are the same thing, but I'm going to just find the side of the clothes I like more, and we're going to join from this side to around this side, because we don't want to join where our hand is going to be. And to know how wide you want your hand to be, typically I always leave it around, I don't know, around 7 to 8 ish for my hand, depending on how big I want it to be. But you can always also measure a old t-shirt that you have or old top you have, and just measure how long the space from when the hand came out is. Okay, so I'm going to be using around 7 to 8 for mine. So I'll just use my hook and my thread yarn to close this place off. All right, so to join this, I'm going to be using a smaller size hook, so I use 2.0, and I'm going to be using the thread that I was using, but I'm not going to be tripling this thread. That's why I'm using a smaller sized hook. And please do not forget to measure how long you want the hole to be, and I'm thinking around like 8.5 for me, or I'll probably make it just 8. All right, so I'm going to start right from the very least and go up until I get before 8 inches. And what I'm just going to do is I will insert in here tighten it well. All right, and then I will just start crocheting. So once I do a slip knot, I'm going to tie it once. I mean a slip stitch. I'll do another slip stitch. I'll tie it again. Another slip stitch. I'll tie it again. Slip stitch. I'll basically keep doing this until I get to where I want it to be. This is just to make it look a little bit seamless. You'll see what I mean. That's what I mean, okay? I can just measure where I want my neck to be and how long I want it to be. But firstly, measure the full side, which is around 16.5, right? Get my middle, which should be around right here. And from there, I will just increase it a little bit like this, and I know my neck should be around here, and I'm going to close from ear to ear up, but to make sure it is right and accurate, measure this side and divide it by 2. So 16.5 divided by 2 should be 8.25. So let's say 8.3 right here. But then I need to measure my own neck, or if I have a turtle neck clothes, I can just measure it. And let me do that. So around my neck is 12. So 12 divided by 2 should give me 6, but I want to increase it a little bit to give me 7. Alright? So if it's gonna give me 7, it's going to be 3.5 from the middle, 3.5 to the side like this, so 3.5. So this is where my neck should be. And you can always make it 6.5 also, just to make it fit better. And if it was to be 6.5, instead of it starting from 3.5 straight up, I should probably start from 3.25. So right now I'm using my head for all my maths, but please use a calculator to be sure. Alright, use a calculator to be sure. So right here, so I'm just going to close this place up, and when I get to this place, I'll close this place up also. So let's start from this place, and please do not forget that this place is lying on top of this as you're closing this up, so that it doesn't affect when you close it up. So make sure this place is lying on top of this. So now it's time to measure another 3.25 from this place. Alright, so I already closed these 2 sides up, and this is the side for the hand, this is the side for the neck. Alright, so we can do the neck first. To do the neck is very simple. It's basically just go in a circle around for 4 rows or so, or 3, depending on how long you want the turtleneck to be. We'll triple our yarn this time around, and I'll go back to using a 3.5mm hook. Starting from this other side, I will insert my hook into the hole there, chain 2, and do double crochet into the same hole. I'll consider doing double crochets all the way for 4 rows or 5. You see what I did there, right? I didn't go straight into this side. Go back. Alright guys, so now that we are done with the neck, I did a total of 1, 2, 3 rows for the neck. So 3 rows round and go back and then come back again. Now it's time to do the end. Alright, so to start, I'm going to triple this yarn, tie it right here, and just go straight to the tip, maybe somewhere here. So I'm just going to insert my O. Alright, I'm going to chain 2. Okay, so I'm going to be doing single crochet around this first row that I'm doing, just to give me a cleaner edge to work with. So single crochets into the next row, single crochet, single crochet, another single crochet. Alright, so I've gone around in a circle. So these are the single crochets. Come back to the first one I made and slip stitch. I made the first single crochet. Now I'm going to make the second one. I'm done with the second single crochet, slip stitch and cut, and this is how it's supposed to gonna look like. Now it's time to add the beads and the buttons also. So this is the amount of beads I'm gonna be putting, and this is the buttons. So let me just use your needle and this thread to put the buttons, pull it in wherever place you want to put it. This is how the buttons looks like. So now I'm going to make the button hook that I'm going to be hooking onto. What I'm just going to do is, into this place, I'm going to see where I want to bring it out from. So maybe somewhere in the middle here, and then it can go around and hook this button, right? So let me start from this middle. So I just insert my hook and do a couple of chains. So let me say, depending on the amount of space that I have or that I want, I can do like 10 chains. So 1, 2, 9, 10. And don't forget, I'm going to have to turn it like this, right? So I can do like this and check if it's gonna fit. If it doesn't fit, I'm just going to keep adding chains until it fits. Looks like this might fit, but let me add just one more in case. And once you see that it fits, you'll basically just go back to that same hole, insert your hook, and close it up. Once you close it up, you can just do one more chain to finish it. There we go. And then you can just cut. And you're going to do the same thing for the rest of the buttons also. So once you have this, just work this into the clothes to hide it. Now still check. There we go. It fits. Alright. Let's do the same thing for this ones. So now it's time to be adding the beads. Let's start with the small ones. I'll put them in random places. Alright guys, so here's the results with the ends added and the beads also with the beading machine. Alright, and that's it for this video guys. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and if you decide to remake this, don't forget to tag me at Ellie's Hook on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you want to post it at. And if you have any questions, please use the comment section. I'm gonna be so happy to actually answer your questions, and that's it. And watch out for more videos to come. And thank you. Bye.